Welcome back to SOS, you guys and gals. There's going to be a lot of probably probably a whole lot of I know it all videos. Let me tell you about Iran and what they've done to us. Thought it was funny. I was reading this thing. Uh, there was this article from, I think it was New York Times, about explaining to your children about Iran, how to talk to your children about Iran. It is so ridiculous how PC, that ain't none of your kids' business. That ain't got nothing to do with the price of eggs in Bosnia right now. We need to be focused on the long game and what happens next. And people will sit there and go, well, okay, here, for example, oh, Iran's going to nuke us, they're going to blow us all up. Okay, check it out. Before you start panicking and freaking out, I was upset last night because of the fact that I have friends at Al Assad, and that bothered me. That bothered me tremendously until I heard that no one was hurt. That's when I was like, well, that's cool. But there will an act of war is an act of war. Everybody says it's an act of terrorism. Well, that's an act of terrorism. Yeah, 15 missiles. That's not an act of terrorism. That's an act of war. I, I felt like the other day I should just do stand-up comedy and start telling blonde jokes or something, because it when you start telling people it's like this, that's how it plays out, and people just, everybody just has something to say. Everybody just has something to say, and they don't really think about what they're saying before they just start busting it out there. Back in the 68-ish, 70s, something like that, Iran should have been dealt with a long time ago. I mean, they're murderous people. They kill, they kill women and children. You know, they're crazy. They're freaking nuts. They're freaking nuts. They trampled 50 people to death just to move a general. Just to move a general. And he was a tyrant. I mean, that guy was a tyrant. He was he was not a military leader. He abused his power, and people don't see it as that. You got to look at all this stuff. How big is Iran? Okay, before everybody starts sitting at home going, "Oh man, this." How big is Iran? It's like, well, their military forces, they have 570,000, something like that. I think their navy's like at the 500,000 range. How many does the U.S. have? Our U.S. Navy, we have 600,000. It's probably 550 by now, but I'm not sure with all the, along the way, if we did budget cuts or anything, we lost a few. But I know, as far as the Marine Corps goes, we have 178,000-ish. That's 178,000-ish. And the Army, of course, we've got, what, 600? Isn't it about 5 something, 600? Numbers. Numbers. You compare that. Compare our arsenal. Compare our arsenal. Our technology is far more advanced. Dog, what do you want? Dog. Dog. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Get out of here, dog. Get. I need to whistle really loud. I can't whistle. All right. But no, look at this. And should you not prep? There's people out there that's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Part of it is a big deal. You should always be prepared. You don't chastise others and tell them, hey, don't worry about it. Don't get prepared. It's not that big of a deal. It's just Iran. They play a proxy war. They've been doing this for years. You don't do that to people, because you still need to be prepared. Don't go buy the store out and freak out. They do have allies. Yes, I said that. They do have allies. You don't think some other country's not going to step up? You need to be concerned about that. Don't be, Iran, just like the song goes, bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. We should have done that, rocking and a rolling. Anyway, we should have did that a long time ago. That's just my my inner angry veteran coming out. Yeah, that should have happened a long time ago. And you don't targeting folks, people going over there, and then we have to we have to fall back and be extra special nice to them. They're just disappointed they didn't get another pallet of cash like Obama sent. He sent them a pallet of cash. You know, and you you attack, like, people attack embassies, and then they apologize. That was during the Obama administration. You don't attack an embassy and kill people and our brothers and sisters, and then turn around and say you're going to apologize. That's not how this works. And I think people really need to look at who's got the backbone here. Who's got the backbone? Yeah, it's gonna, war is hell. War is hell. But sometimes you've really got to put your foot down and stand your ground. That goes with anything. You don't put down your stick so someone else can pick it up and beat you to death with it. You get some. And that's just the way, that's the way of nature. That's the way it is. People are always going to try to push others around. And it's probably about time we stand up for others. This falls into so many other things. When you deal with tyrants and dictators, you got to stand your ground. You're fighting for other people's freedom. That goes with Iraq. Iraq wants everybody to move out. Americans need to leave now. Well, if Americans leave now, then where does that leave you? You're just doing it because you're afraid. You don't want to be hit with missiles, so you want the American forces to move out. But once you do that, what's left? They're free game. Then Iran can take over Iraq just like that. Easy. Then they'll have an airstrip and so much more. But don't forget, Iran works with Korea and all these other places. It goes on and on and on. And the main thing is you don't, this is why we prep, okay? This is why you prepare. This is why you buy your year's supply of food. This is why you get some water going, and you have a plan, and you initiate your plan, and you just keep that going. Prepping is fun, and you should just be doing it for that source. You shouldn't be doing it because of fear-mongering and scaring the crap out of others. That's not why I even have this channel. It's not why I do this. I don't get on here to scare the crap out of people. I just like to, this is what you need to be looking at, is the long haul of this. If you went to war with just Iran, you're dealing with just some surface to air missiles, surface to ground missiles, and things like that. That type of arsenal is what you're dealing with. That's the number of troops you'd be dealing with. About 570,000 or so. But that's what you'd be dealing with. Whereas if they get their friends involved and brought to the party, then we've got to bring our friends to the party. And then you know what happens after that. That's when it becomes the world game. So that's when you put that WW3 on there. But it hasn't gotten to that point yet. And I don't know. I think no need. I wouldn't panic, but I would be aware and don't be foolish and think, well, it ain't going to happen to me, because there's too many folks like that. And if you sit around thinking it ain't going to happen to me, that's the first thing, because when it does happen, you're like, dang it, I should have listened to BA. There's so many people telling me I should have done this, this, and this, and I didn't do it. Look out for your family. Stay safe. Use your head. And anyways, I guess believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. That's what my granddad always told me. But then you wouldn't believe me. Anyway, I love you guys. God bless. Take care.